Hello, welcome to the first semi-annual meeting of the Deaf Merchants Anonymous. I'm your chairperson, Officer Rivera. There are a few things to go over before our first speaker. We all know that we're not supposed to be meeting like this or dark forces arise, but we have found Illuminatus, a little girl named Sophie. She has vanquished the Morgan back to hell for about 1,000 years, so we got a little leeway. We got a little time. So we want to meet like this, go over the books that we have, because we understand there's a different edition for each book, and go over some of the stories so we can learn from each other. Our first speaker is Charlie. Charlie, would you like to come on up?
Yeah, thank you. Hi guys, my name's Charlie. How you guys doing?
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
Thank you, thank you. Well, today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my experiences as a deaf merchant and some of the problems I've had at the beginning because I didn't follow those rules. I didn't read the book because I wasn't able to. And I made a few mistakes. I went a long time without killing people, and I didn't want to kill people because I thought it was kind of wrong. But then bad things started to happen, so I started doing my job. And as time went on, I started doing my job, I started getting better at it, and good things started happening. I started doing good from it. And even though killing people is always kind of bad, but I guess it was for the better good. But I lost track of that, I started getting crazy, I started like to kill people. And as time went on, I started getting crazier and more psychopathic, and I started to like actually killing people, and it got fun. So the job started to be fun for me, and killing people was pretty awesome. I think that started driving me crazy. But then I found out a way, after seeing a toilet fall from space and kill somebody from another deaf merchant, I started thinking, oh, I could actually add some humor into this job. So I started to kill people with a little bit of humor. Alright, so I was following this guy around. I swear he just has the dumbest luck ever! He was in like 3 different situations where he should have died. And he's got this glowing glass eye, and I'm trying to get it. And first time, he's walking out in the middle of the intersection, not paying attention, and cars just flying around him. It's like, how does not one of them hit him? And then there's this guy on a motorcycle, and he ends up dying, but this guy doesn't. It's like, what the heck? Dumbest luck! So I followed him down the street, right? And he's walking along, and I'm walking, following him, because I knew I was going to kill him. And I was like, thinking about creative ways to kill him. And then all of a sudden, I just got this really creative idea. So as I was following him, and walking around, and following behind him and stuff, and I was following him around, and all of a sudden, I was just like, oh, I'm going to make a giant globe pop out in front of him. And he's going to look at it and be intrigued and start following it. And that's exactly what happened. A giant globe rolled out in front of him, and he started following it. And then it started going faster and faster as it rolled down a hill. He started running after it because he saw some shiny things in there. He thought he was probably going to get lucky or something, probably score a little bit of money, but nah. He started running after it, and as it rolled, it started rolling up a hill, and it started coming down because he couldn't make it all the way up the hill, and it started chasing him. And he started running away from it, and he started trying to run faster. He started running around corners and trying to avoid getting ran over by the ball. And people were just looking at him like he was just insane. It was the funniest thing ever. And it was even funnier when he jumped out of the way, and he just rolled to the right and landed on his face with his arms out on the cement, but he didn't realize he was in the middle of a construction zone. And he rolled right out in front of a giant steamroller. But it kept going, and the resulting action was the glass eye, all the blood just rushed to his head and just popped the glass eye right out of his skull. It started rolling away, and his head exploded, his blood everywhere, and just pretty much just paved the cement with his whole body, and it just rolled right over him. It was pretty gruesome. And then I walked away. I actually had to jog a little bit to pick up the glass eye that was glowing, stuck it in my pocket, and walked away.
All right, let's give it a round for Charlie. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Okay, our next guest speaker is Carrie. She works at the Nickel and Dime over off Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco. All right, let's give a nice warm welcome for Carrie.
been a desk merchant probably about 6 months, 6 hours, 36 minutes, and a few seconds. It hasn't been an easy job because I found it really difficult at first because the vessels that I collect, sometimes they come from relatives, they come from close friends, they come from animals, and sometimes even cartoon characters. But my toughest assignment was, I woke up August the 25th, I'll never forget the date, 1927, and there it was, clear as daylight, a name on my refrigerator with the big number 3 assigned to that name, and the name, oh my God, Jackie Jason. Oh my God. Jackie Jason was one of the fastest track stars known in that era. So I said to myself, I'm going to definitely have my work cut out for me. I waited until the cover darkness and I decided to go and case out the place, you know, try and see if I could find any object that was glowing to make my job a little bit easier. When I arrived at the estate, and she did live in an estate, the place was surrounded, but I laid low, hid in the bushes, and just kind of cased the place out, checked everything out, and I knew then I had to come up with a plan. So I'm like, okay, track star, they got to exercise, they got to practice, they have to, you know, get out there and run somewhere. So I just lay low the next morning, and I waited until she come out to do her run. I chase her down, and I get whatever it is that's shining. True enough, the next night came, next night went by, and now I'm on day 2, and I'm sitting in front of her house, 5 o'clock in the morning, waiting to see if there's going to be any activities. The gates open. Out she come doing her stretches. She was stretching to the right and she was stretching to the left. Stretches, stretches, stretches. Okay, fine. I waited. Soon as she took off running, I ran behind her. I ran as hard as I could and as fast as I could, but it wasn't enough to compete with this track star. My heart started pacing. I'm sweating. I'm totally out of breath. And before I knew it, I fell to the ground. I had to come up with another plan because this definitely was not working. I'm way out of shape and no way I could compete with a track star. So I returned home and I had 1 day left to collect the shiny red shoes that I saw on her feet. They were bright red tennis shoes, probably Nikes or Jordan, but they was bright red tennis shoes. So I got on the phone when I got home and I called up a few of my friends. They was called Squirrel People. There was Molly, there was Misty, and Modé. They showed up, they met me the following night, and I wanted them to dig the holes, because I figured if I dig holes, cover the holes with grass, when she come running around the track, then she would trip and fall, break her neck, and then I could recover the shoes. The Squirrel People showed up, and to my surprise, each one of them was carrying little picks. I'm like, you guys are diggers. What are you doing with picks? Why do you have picks? You're diggers. You're natural born diggers. They replied, we know get hands dirty. We know get hands dirty. I said, this is not the time to be cute. I need these whole digs. I got dug. I have 1 day left to collect that vessel, and I need these holes. This is my last plan. So they started digging. They dug and they dug and they dug. Half of the night, I'm sitting there watching them dig with their little tiny picks, 1 grain of sand at a time, but they dug and they dug and they dug. And they dug me 9 holes, 3 by 3 by 3. We covered the holes with grass, and we sit back and we waited. Along came Miss Jackie, doing her usual things, jogging, running 9 miles an hour, but she was doing her usual thing. And if this plan doesn't work, I'm going to lose a very valuable soul. That's it. Here she come. Here she come. She's going for it. Bam! She hit the damn hole. She hit the hole. She flipped over 3 times. She hit the hole. The shoes went up in the air. And there, I got my vessels. It wasn't so bad, but I got my vessels. I mean, Jackie Jason, one of the famous runners in America. I had to take her down. So I lost a little sleep behind it, but I thank you for letting me share my story with you. So now maybe I can get some more sleep at night rather than have sleep this night. Thank you very much.
All right, Carrie. Thank you, Carrie, for that nice story. Next, we got Lauren. She's a waitress at Coco's from Hollywood. Okay, everybody give a warm welcome for Lauren.
So my name is Lauren Hills from Hollywood. I'm an aspiring actress, and the first time I ever collected a soul was one night when my boyfriend was also another aspiring actress, was dealing, cocaine like all of us do, and I think some drug deal went bad and he lost his head. Well, I was there, and next thing I know, the huge big leather case that he had started glowing bright red. It didn't make any sense to me. I didn't understand what was going on. And I noticed small things in life started glowing red, like a pair of shoes I got from Barney's, and trays of food I was giving to my usual customer who weighs over like 400 pounds, and things on set when I was shooting like a commercial or something, like a camera or girls' extensions and stuff. And I didn't know what was going on until I received this great big book, and I realized I'm a death merchant, right? Well, I realized not only am I a death merchant, but I do celebrities. So now I decided I'm going to get my own show called Celebrity Soul Vessel Collecting, or something a little bit along those lines. So I collect celebrity death souls, and I've been doing it for about 2 or 3 years now, and I've gotten pretty good celebrities. One year I even got Anna Nicole Smith. So on one of my missions, I was even vacationing in Bermuda when I ran into Anna Nicole Smith at the hotel she was staying at, and I got the soul vessel that was actually hers, and it was the shape of her pill bottles. And later that day, she died of overdose. But yeah, I even got Michael Jackson's glove before he died too. And I think I even got Tara Reid's old acting skills. But one girl in particular, Lily Cole, she was a supermodel. She was an aspiring actress, and I hated Lily Cole. She had gorgeous red hair and bright blue eyes and the hugest friggin' boobs you'd ever could pay for. Well, we were competing for the same part, right? We were gonna be the girl on the Hunger Games, all right? But she didn't get the part either. But neither did I, but very besides the point. So we were competing for this role, right? And then it came down to the last 3 people. It was me, her, and this other girl that was supposed to get the part, but I knew Lily could get the part. So one morning I wake up and I find that her name is on my little date calendar. So and then I realized her name is on my date calendar, which I was like, yes, finally, somebody I want to die. So I totally planned it out how I was gonna try and get their soul vessel and make it to the next acting call. So one night, she was sitting in her penthouse hotel room that her stupid boyfriend had to pay for, and then I went up into her hotel room, took the elevator, tipped the doorman like $35, which was like all of my tips that night, and then I went up there and I just waited, and I waited, and I didn't know what the soul vessel was. I had no idea. I was hoping it was like this really nice diamond necklace that she always wears, or these really nice pair of Jimmy Choos, but no. I opened the door, and because, we're not noticeable or whatnot, I walked into her room, and then I saw her, and sure enough, the glowing soul vessel was her breasts. How was I gonna get her freaking implants? So I freaking just wait, right? Just wait in the corner in her nice big walk-in closet, kind of admire all the Vera Wang dresses she's got. She walks outside, she goes out to the balcony to have a cigarette. And then I wait, and as she's looking at the balcony, I think, maybe I can just push her off the balcony, and then I can grab her boobs, or dissect her, or however I'm gonna get my hands on those implants. So then I just wait, right? And then next thing you know, her boyfriend starts pounding on the door, saying he needs to talk to her, So she's freaking out, she puts out her cigarette, she goes to the door, her boyfriend opens the door, and standing next to him is his wife. Yes, he was married, and he looked so guilty. Well, his wife pushed in, shoved in, and punched her right in the face. I got so excited, I almost started laughing out loud, and I almost screamed a little bit, but I remember I had to keep my cool. And then before I knew it, thing got started violent. The boyfriend couldn't tear him apart, and the wife pushes her over the balcony, does my job for me. So then I run out the door, and then I go down there, and then, before I know it, she's dead. She had hit the floor, but there were so many people around. I was like, how am I gonna get these freaking boobs? So the coroner swoops her up, and less than 2 hours later, takes her to the coroner's office. And then I get in my car, and I follow them. Follow them all the way to the coroner's office, which is like in East Hollywood. So then I wait in the back of the van in the coroner's office. They'd taken her out of the van, and they put her in the room in the morgue. They snuck in the morgue. This is where it gets gross. So I had to take one of the scalping knives, and I had to put some gloves on because I just got my nails done, and I had to put my hair up because these new extensions costed a grip, and then I had to put this whole moo-moo thing on because I was wearing my nice outfit that day. And then I went in there, and I totally just took both of her implants. And then I realized, I was like, she's not even a natural redhead. She's a brunette. Ugh. And I left. Needless to say, I didn't get the part of the Hunger Games. That other stupid chick got it, and whatever. But hey, I got the Soul Vessel, and that's one less pretty actress I got to compete with. And that's my story.
Okay, Lauren, thank you for your speech. Everybody, there's donuts and coffee up here. Okay, that ends our meeting for today, but please pass your books forward. We understand that there's different editions of the book, and we need Lily to go over them. Remember our guidelines. Collect every vessel. Remember, we're invisible, not immortal, and please read your big black book. And what's our motto, everybody?
Every vessel collected keeps us protected.
All right, everybody. Have a good day.
Are we the last living souls? 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 Chica gone, how you say? That's no way to behave. And just along. And you begin to sing a song. It doesn't sing, it grows. You know, are we the last living souls? Are we the last living souls? Are we the last to get away to a song another day? Or do we know why we know? Doesn't seem to be conveyed that way. Are we the last living souls? Are we the last living souls? Are we the last living souls? If we're the last living souls. Get up, 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 What's it? 'Cause all our song, I got it down and wrong. I see myself to give the long sea.